Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Today we're back in Magic the Gathering Arena and we're doing something a little different. We're playing Grixis. But in all fairness, this deck is slightly different because it is discard and there's only one red card in the deck. So I did get this deck list from MTG. That is going to be in the description below. I did make a few changes to it. Basically, the key cards that I changed from his deck list is he's running a Dream Eater. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, he's running one Dream Eater and 3 Spark Doubles. I didn't have them. I do have the Dream Eater, but I didn't have a Spark Double, and I don't have any rares. And I just don't really like Dream Eater that much. It's good, but it just felt a little... At 6 mana, I would rather be playing Ugins. So I instead decided to splash literally red for just Nicol Bolas. And honestly, when you only need one red source for a 2-of in your deck, it's surprisingly easy. Like I never felt like I was getting mana screwed. I am running quite a few, but obviously I'm not running the entire playset. I do want to keep some basics in here. And really, I never felt like I was having mana issues at all. And I felt like I had the one red source for Nicol Bolas basically 100% of the time. Maybe there was one game where I was short, but it's like super rare. And the card is just so powerful. I like this card a lot more than I like Dream Eaters, just in a consistency and just as a, it's a pretty big booty guy. So what is this deck? This deck is a discard deck. Pretty, self-explanatory. That being said, we're running Duress. Not running 4 of. I would probably up it to 4 as Duress is really good. But when you're running 4 Thought Erasers, 4 Duress into 4 Thought Erasers might be a little crazy. So maybe Duress at 2 is right amount. The card is pretty powerful. You've heard me talk about it a bunch. Thought Eraser, obviously, is basically the most powerful discard card in Magic the Gathering standard right now. Cast Down, one of the most go-to removals. Don't need to explain it much. Tyrant Scorn. This is a new card, and this is a card that I was pretty impressed with. 2 mana, and so I might even use it over like a Cast Down. I might even switch it up to be 3 of these and 2 Cast Downs. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. All right, so it hits everything up to Gruul Spellbreaker. Doesn't hit Phoenixes, but it hits, that when destroy effects don't really mess with it anyway. It hits a lot of the stuff in the early game. And then at instant speed, it also can return target creature card to its owner's hand, which means you could bounce Sniff Visits, things like that. It is, like, that doesn't sound that good. You don't want to return a creature to its owner's hand, but you got, in this deck specifically, it's exceptionally good because we're a discard deck. We're so frequently are they out of cards, and being able to bounce something back to their hand, then making them discard it, is just a removal spell for things that Cast Down misses. Honestly, Cast Down is probably just a better card overall, but this card does have a lot of flexibility. It hits a wide range of things, and being able to put a card back to their hand and force them to discard it sometimes gets you an extra damage on your removal. And it's a card that works better in this deck than I think it does in other decks of, that have both black and blue. And you can see this deck is basically Dimir. Like, the huge majority of it is Dimir. This is the only Grixis thing we're running. It is the most Grixis card of all, besides maybe the new Bolas, though. Anyway, Davriel, Rogue Shadow Mage. Now, as much as I like this card, I do hate the voice acting on this card. It feels very unsuiting for this visual. It feels like it should be like a Darth Vader, but scarier, but he kind of sounds like a Kylo Ren, but way less, like, intimidating, and Kylo Ren's already not that intimidating. But, as you can see, 3 mana, 3 loyalty is pretty damn low. But so if they're running even if they run like a 1 mana 1/1 or like a 2 mana 2/2, this guy is not getting that much value. But in these control matchups, damn, this guy is getting lots of cards out of their hands. He's usually getting all 3. 3 mana, 3 loyalty, not that great, but he has that passive rack ability built in. If they have 1 card or fewer, he's dealing 2 damage to them a turn. He puts them on a clock. 3 mana, a 2 damage clock is pretty good. Not to mention that you can -1 make him discard a card. So sometimes it's a 1 for 3, or it's a 1 for 2 that pings him for damage every turn. Davriel is pretty damn good in the control matchup. Pretty decent in the mid-range matchup. Not doing that much in the control matchup, but you get to play him, and even against mono red, you get to play him, get a card out of their hand, and then they shock it. You're still getting 3 mana, healing for 2, sometimes healing for 5 if they have like a shock Wizard's Lightning or something, or a shock Skewer the Critics, they can't play Skewer, so it sometimes gets more value out of it, but your chances against mono red specifically are not that great in general. We'll get into that in a second here. Cryocanarium, it just helps you stay alive against those earlier matchups. I didn't find the card to be particularly good in this, but it's just like a pretty decent card overall. It's nice to have some sweepers. Disinformation Campaign, this is a card that I usually feel bad playing. I don't like playing 3 mana, make my opponent discard a card and draw a card. Even though it's good and it could recur, I didn't get that much reoccurring value out of it. We don't have that much Surveil, but we are running Discovery, Thought Eraser, so we do get some of it. So like you get, you know, it's just a decent card to have in the deck. It's kind of low on the mana curve. It does get you a card. Sometimes this is your like, what, how much card draw are we running this deck? We're running Ugin, Discovery, Disinformation Campaign. Not that much. Most of it is like cycle, you know, level. It's not draw 2 cards, it's draw a card. It's basically replacing itself. It's all right. You know, I'm not in love with this card. It's really good in like a draft format, and constructed, I think 3 of might even be a bit heavy because I never want to see more than 1 of them for the most part. Spark Double is a card I'm supposed to be running 3 of, but I've actually liked it as a 2 of because I've had both of them in my hand and have them be dead cards for a couple matchups. But obviously, it's just fucking disgusting when you get it on an Ugin, right? It hits a couple things in the deck. It hits Davriel, and it hits Nicol Bolas, and it hits Fel Spectre, but really, you're gonna hit it on the Ugin. That's what you want. Ugin is not discard. He's just such a good card. He's like the alternate win condition if your discard doesn't get you there with the ping of 2 damage. Coming down as a Nicol Bolas is sometimes really good. You know, it gets to discard another card. It's a 5/5, and you get to keep them both because it's not permanent. Fel Spectre sometimes comes in. I did have a game where I had 2 Fel Spectres down. I spark doubled a Fel Spectre. He had a card in his hand, and it did 6 damage. You know, right? Just playing this did 6 face damage and gave me another 1/3. So if you have a couple Fel Spectres in the field, it could definitely be pretty good there as well. Nicol Bolas, I don't need to explain how amazing this card is. One of the best things is when you have your second one, right? You could like you could flip Nicol Bolas. This is what's crazy, right? You could flip Nicol Bolas, and then sometimes I could bring another Nicol Bolas from my graveyard out onto the field again. Then I could have 2 of them, and you could just pull Ugins out of your graveyard. You could pull Teferis out of their graveyards. You could pull Chain Whirlers out. It's just like, it's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite cards in all of Magic. It has a great 4-mana 4/4 flyer that discards a card immediately, and then it just fucking goes off if you ever get to 7 mana. And like, if you're the top deck of land, and you're like, you know, I don't have any cards in my hand, just flip Bolas, man. He demands an answer. Game winning. Eldritch Reborn, I love this card in this deck actually. Some decks it feels a little slow. This deck it feels pretty much perfect because you're tearing up their hands. You're pretty good at getting their big threats with like their smaller threats with cast downs, Cryocanariums. And then they're playing things as they draw them, and Eldritch Reborn is the perfect card to punish that. They draw their Teferi, they play it, you just Eldritch Reborn it. Sorry, that's gone. You know, you make sure they discard so they don't have any counter magic in their hand before you play it. It's very easy to resolve in this deck, and it punishes them. This is a card that's actually exceptionally powerful. Ugin is, you've seen him. He's been in basically every deck, and he's going to be in almost every deck going forward. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards in Magic the Gathering. This, Nicol Bolas, Angrath are some of my favorite, but the thing about Ugin is he's colorless, and he feels more powerful than those cards. Just 6 mana, 2/2, you get a 2, you know, every turn, and the 2/2 is also card draw. It destroys basically everything in the game. There's very few things he misses other than himself on the other side of the board, which does suck, but like not a lot of things hit that anyway besides, you know, target removal. Very good card. I run this in basically every deck that I want a 6 mana win condition. I won't run in anything too low to the ground, but in some mid-range decks I will. Control decks, absolutely I'm gonna run it. Aggro, no. But I would run it as a 1-of and like a mono red aggro just because it would be worth the clip, right? Anyway, that's all I got for explaining what this deck is. Actually, some of the matchups, mono red, in theory, I was playing against mono red and it felt really good, but I never won. Like, I would be able to Cryocanarium them. I'd be able to get rid of all their cards, they're top decking. But here's the thing, mono red top decks really fucking well. You know, they don't have that many lands in their decks. They have things like Experimental Frenzies. They've got Light Up the Stages. They're really good at top decking, and then you can't respond to that, all the damage that they're drawing. They don't really mind having their hand empty. And on top of it, we put opponents on a clock, but it's typically a slow clock. All right, we're doing 2 damage a turn. Davriel's getting 2 damage a turn. Fel Spectre's getting maybe 2 damage a turn. then maybe we'll get Nicol Bolas eventually and put him on a real clock, you know, if we get to Ugin. But a lot of times we have a really hard time closing out games. The clock opponents have is pretty long, and that's exceptionally brutal against mono red because they'll just top deck 3 damage till you're dead. A lot of times you stabilize, you're like, you know, 11 life or something, and then they're just gonna wipe you out over the next 5 turns because you're not closing out the game. You're just kind of like in a semi-control state, and you have board control, but they don't care about that. So it's a pretty bad matchup. Esper and Grixis are both pretty much just who gets the Thought Erasure first, right? If you Thought Erasure, their Thought Erasure out, then you get a second. Like, if they Thought Erasure and you don't have anything to follow up, like that's just kind of what it comes down to. It's the Thought Erasure war there. But if neither of you have Thought Erasures, I've actually felt pretty good about the Esper matchups. Teferi's good, but we have, you know, Elders Reborns and Ugins of our own. Like, we have good stuff to pull it out. And Nicol Bolas, like I did have, you're gonna see in the part 2, there's a clip that it's like I Nicol Bolas into a fucking I flip them and then I take their Teferi, and with their Teferi I bounce their guy back, and then I spark double my Nicol Bolas and I take a different Planeswalker out of their deck, and then I have Ugin out, and it's like I have all these Planeswalkers. It's like the deck could do pretty crazy in these longer matchups, but some of the time it feels like the discard's not really what's doing the work. It's really all the other stuff. But the discard is kind of like an early game control. It's like the theme of the deck, but it doesn't feel like that's really the win condition of the deck. It feels like that's the control of the deck. And the other win conditions tend to be more consistent than the discard. But it is like, I think it's a pretty good deck. I want to take it on ladder because it's pretty hard against mono red, and the win conditions of Esper is just better. The win conditions of Grixis are probably just a little bit better. The win conditions of Bant is probably just a bit better. I think this deck is definitely viable for fun play. I'm not sure if it's going to be ladder competitive viable. I played some free-to-play, you know, free games, and then I played some ladder. I lost like 4 ladder games in a row, and I took it back, and then I had some more fun again. This is just like a good fun deck, because sometimes you just Thought Erasure on 2, and they get to concede, you know. Or, you know, you'll duress, Thought Erasure, Crycanarium, their tokens or whatever, they were managed to play, and then they'll just concede. Anyway, that's going to be it. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the clips to follow. Go ahead and leave a comment to let me know if you like the video, dislike it. Either way, I hope you guys look forward to part 2 tomorrow. Deck list is in the description, yada, blah, 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 blah. See you around. This is what happens when I try to help. I make everything way harder. We'll keep this hand. First hand of the game. First game, it's every time you get a hand when you start, it's the first hand of the game. But I mean, it's the first game of the night. I broke our dishwasher, or our washing machine. Potato. Oh, he already went down to 5. This is probably just a concede. That's fine. I'll put that in the YouTube video. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, Thought Erasure for sure is going to be a concede, right? You draw down to 5. Thought Erasure, into Thought Erasure. Proliferate. 6 mana, nothing. I guess we'll take care of Johnny. Now we need lands right now. We need lands. If he's running Nullhide Fox or whatever, Disinformation Campaign is really bad. Because he'll just get basically an instant free thingy. Well, that's pretty nice. Good land draw, good land. What the fuck is this anyway? I didn't even look at this card. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. I mean, it's nice, I guess. Let's do another one. Well, this is why we splashed red, just for Nicol Bolas, but let's put our tap land down. We're only 1 land away from Ugin in 2 turns, potentially. And he's done no damage to us yet. Alright, what you got? Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. If you control a Nisa, put them into your hand. I guess that is actually pretty good, because we can't, actually, we're just going to play Nicol Bolas, right? So, yeah. You can discard those now, instead of, like, an actual valuable card. And this has been basically over, though, since he mulliganed down to 5, but really, that first Thought Erasure. I will block 100% of the time. I have no love for this bolus. That's a lot of eggs in one basket. Oh, it gets first strike. I didn't remember that. Still, even then. We could have made him kill his Johnny, but nah. Great 2/2s. Ah, Cryocanarium too. That's real nice. I mean, he's gonna have to top deck something pretty good. I forgot Battlefield Promotion gave first strike. Definitely wasn't playing around it. I'll give you that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I get a card.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Probably shouldn't have done that in a different order, shouldn't I? Oops. I could block with Fell Spectre. That was definitely a misplay. I should have done that in the opposite order, but... Dude, is he gonna come back and win this? It's still super unlikely, but that was super dumb of me. Plus, I could have just cleared the board. I could have just killed that and, yeah, we'll just... Can I even do that now? Yeah, I could play, Get out of here. Get out of here. So, some bad plays, but you know what? We got through it.
I do hope this mask is intimidating enough.
2 damage.
All I've left you is pain.
Oh my god, all the forests in the world. He's drawn 4 forests and he still has less than us. We will make him discard it.
Let's tidy up in there. Struggling?
Yes, yes. Must have been another land, I guess. We definitely, that went on longer than it should have, but you know what? Good win. Good win. I can always put in a work request also if I need to. Triple Fell Spectre is stupid, but you know what? We're not on ladder. Who cares? If we win, it's good for the memes. And we got Discovery to fix our draw. Surveil 2 draw a card is pretty powerful. At least to fix, to get us enough lands to get the Fell Spectre, Fell Spectre, Fell Spectre. That'd be 1, 2... 12 damage, something like that. We don't need this many lands, though. Oh, is he playing Drakes? Yes, he is. I mean, Chart, of course, is 100% Drake's card, but is also in Is It. Alright, let's just try to get Fell Spectre out. We got 3 of them. We don't care if he's holding up a counter spell, but what does he got? It's gonna be Ionized? We don't really care. Essence Scatter, what the fuck? That's weird. We wait a turn, we can Thought Erasure into another one. I think we just wait a turn, then we Thought Erasure Fell Spectre. Surveil 1. If he would have had another Essence Capture, that would have got us. Holding that, I think, was the right play. He's playing a lot of counters for apparently a Drake deck. All right, there is the Drake. We just go for the Ugin to kill that? Well, we'll see. We don't know if it's negate or essence capture. We've already seen an essence capture and no negates.
We are the motes in a vast
Might just shock our Ugin, but we got a second one. Nice. Yeah, he's not playing Drake. He's playing some weird fucking deck. That's he will not.
I must return to my meditation.
Get him out of here. It's a draw card. Put Niv Mizzet back. It'd be nice if we got something that let us make our opponent discard more than one card a turn, though. We do get to potentially, if he plays Niv Mizzet, he doesn't have another dive down, we get to just Uginin to death. Which seems pretty likely. I'll take 7 face. I don't really care about that, honestly.
Curiosity and wonder.
Having 1 mana short of cast down is kind of shitty.
Bathe in ghost fire.
Do you have double lava coil for the win? Maybe just lava coil lightning strike. His deck is a really weird, super weird list. Okay, I guess not. He knows we got a block though. Cast down first. Because we want the Eldest Reborn to resolve. And we had enough for both of them, so why not, right? Thought Erasure would be really good. This is a fucking close game. If he has haste, though, we're just like toast, right? No, not quite. He had 2 creatures in his hand, nothing we could do. Well, 1 turn away from winning because we would have gotten Niv Mizzet back. We would have been able to block. And he did just have a bunch of creatures in his hand. That was a super close game. This is a great hand. We got a plethora of options. We don't have access to this red mana, though, on curve, which we don't really care about. Yeah, we could just play at first and play that tapped. Then we'll have access to all of our colors. Because we don't need to play a land untapped on their first turn for anything. We're really hoping to be able to go cast down Davriel, Fell Spectre. That's the exact curve we want. Yeah. We'll cast down on his turn. That way, you know, it might affect his plays. He might just choose to gain life, like Revitalize or something. He's probably not playing that, but you know, it might make him make a less optimal play if we wait to cast that down. Got him. Gabriel never lives, right? He's only got 3. I think we just Thought Erasure instead. I don't know. This is probably scarier. A second Davriel is actually not that bad. I would really like Cry. I should probably dig for that, but I'm greedy. Because I can just play, I'm probably just playing Fel Spectre no matter what next turn, right? Okay, it looks like he missed his land drop, which is good. Or he got a red. If he would have, he needs exactly a white source. Okay, so look at, we lucked out there. Or not, I don't know about lucked out, but we picked the right choice. That's a tough decision because if he doesn't draw a white source, he can't play this. And this card is guaranteed playable. That ain't no thing. Being too greedy though. Discovery first. I need a Cry. Ooh, Ugin's really good. Actually, Bolas and Ugin are both good. Bolas is better, and if we have Bolas, we don't want Ugin. Even though Ugin is kind of better, Bolas is gonna actually do something. All right, this will heal us for 2.
Empty your mind. Ooh, sorry. Not really.
Which is not bad. Now, if he tops deck like a Plains, it's a dead draw instead of being very powerful.
Our contract is voided.
Interesting card to be playing though. That's not what I want. It might be what I want, but it doesn't feel like it's what I want. It was another mountain. That sucks. I will block 10 times out of 10. Did he draw removal off the top of his deck? It's possible. I mean, he's got some of it, right?
If you surrender now, let me pick.
All right, I think we got this game. Another mountain? Oh man, this guy must be pissed.
Loneliness can hurt.
But he doesn't. We got cast down, so our guy's safe. I mean, you know, unless he has to draw something that interferes with us, of course, which is very doable. Okay. Let's go. He's got priority. Okay. Maybe he has a way to kill Bolas here? No. He does. All right, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just play Bolas and we'll dig for a land to flip him. Sorry, we'll take Ugin, I mean. And we do want the land as well. No need to deal the damage.
What a whiner.
And this seems like pretty much over. We've controlled him out of the game. Good game, friend. Good game. You killing it today? You look like you're killing it. I can't see you. But you know what? A man just knows. Tyrant Scorn's a pretty good card in this deck. It's a removal piece that we're good at making people discard cards, right? So even if they have something big that this can't kill, we could frequently find a way around getting it. You see right into my heart. Oh, thank you. You see right into my heart. We'll see what we're gonna kill here. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. If he plays in a Johnny, we want to kill that. Okay. We'll let him do the damage. Cool. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Hey, Battlecry, what's up? Battlecry 1986. Do we ever disinformation campaign? I think we always disinformation campaign, actually. I don't know. The thing is, mono white has some scary turn 3s. And we get less value out of disinformation campaign, but preventing him from playing History Benalia or the Marshal might just be better. I think it is. I think it's worth getting less value out of disinformation. To see. Honestly, he has nothing that scary. That the first striker might be the scariest. The Vanguard. None of it's that scary. And we're running Cryocanarium. I guess the first strike is probably the scariest, yeah. Feels a little bad getting less value to get that. But man, when you're playing against mono white, you don't know. History Benalias are in every deck. Gideon's, Benalias, the Anthem guy, the 3-mana 3/3. Like lots of powerful shit. Do we kill the Healer Hawk here, I wonder? These are both instant. We don't really care. I think we do Tyrant Scorn, though. The 2/2, just so he stops gaining life. We still need to draw something impactful. But he's going to play probably... I mean, if he plays 2 1-drops... Okay, he's not going to. Say we kill the Healer Hawk. Because this guy already won't become a 2/2 this turn. If we draw a land, we could... Oh, he whiffed on it, too. Oh, my God. Hey, it's so fucking cold in my room right now. Well, happy for you, my man. Can't believe he whiffed on the Marshal in that deck. That's crazy. If we take 2 damage, we could draw a card. I think that's probably just better now that we're playing. We want to play Ugin next turn, basically guaranteed. Wouldn't have been able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, maybe Thoughty Razor is good enough. Maybe this is good enough. No, neither of it's like removed. None of it does anything. All right, there we go. We can play Ugin next turn. And Ugin's good at staying alive. You want to be warm? Bro, it's been warm here for fucking Eva and Eva. I can't get it to stop being warm. We are going to start taking a lot of damage, but it's okay, because we got Ugin. Ugin, save us. Man, that's like the 3rd one we saw in 4 cards. Look at that. We were only running 3, I think. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, and like no cards at all. That's 1, 2, 3 damage on Ugin. Absolutely.
More than flesh and blood.
I'm down with that. Can I create a second Ugin right now?
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Here are the seeds.
This is what Magic's about. It's about double Ugin all the way across the sky. Ugin. I was doing the shocker by mistake, but I meant to do it like Ugin. Ugin. Do you want me to put a work request in on our thingy? Girlfriend? Is it still got a bunch of water in there? Trying to take it out. 2 Ugins, what a hacker. Bro, you know what Plat do. Plat's hacking with them spark doubles. And I'm not even playing on ranked because I don't trust this deck yet. I want to warm up with it. And then after I'm done warming up with it, it'll be 2 hours and I'll be like, oh, well, on to a new deck. I want to play, like, I'm so nervous about playing on ranked because I only like Grixis control on ranked. Because it's the only thing I know how to win with. So, here I am. This is basically, if you've watched Sideboard MTG, this is basically his deck. I just added some red for literally only Nicol Bolas. He's the only card that's red. Oh, man, but... honestly, Spark Double is not the time for you. We don't have any good targets for you right now. Cats. Whee! How you doing, Regis? I said hi to you, right? We are here for the hand moves. It's Jexel. What are you talking about? That's not even polite to say. Disinformation campaign is pretty good. Fail Spectre, pretty good. I mean, this is probably his build around card, right? So I don't feel bad using cast down on it. We will, and we will. Bolus or Fell Spectre? I don't know. I think so. I had everything muted for a second. God damn it. I am the #1 Magic the Gathering streamer in this household between the hours of 7 and 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're gonna insult me like this? All right, what do? We play Bolus? No, we play Fell Spectre. Let's get greedy, bros. They both do the same thing. This guy is way better in every way, but Fell Spectre, that's my boy. Oh, he's playing a artifact deck. Oh, no, Bolus's Citadel deck. I'm so sorry. I'm disrespecting you right now by playing this shit. I'm disrespecting the heck out of you right now. I apologize. I apologize. Get him. Let's go. Jexel and Rajisk, they're my two favorite brothers. Jexel, are you in Japan right now? Are you in Japan? Did I hear that correctly on the CSS when I was snooping? Snooping and booping, relaxing, all cool. No, that's next Friday. Dude, why is Rajisk not going? Are you guys not actually brothers? Or are you just not, like, close? Do you guys hate each other? Oh my God. Are you guys like the Mountain and the Hound? Everyone understands that reference. Game of Thrones is this entire world is based around now, even though everyone's upset with the new season. I like it. Let me tell you how we win this. We get Cryocanarium, and then he forfeits. That's what's gonna happen. We could dig. Game of Groans. Haha, nice one. Woo! Fuck yeah. I like it, but I'm a scrub. I'm not deep into it. I'm not like, the writing is, this character's development would not have indicated this. I'm like, I don't know, it's just cool stuff happening. I think a lot of people take the show more seriously than I do, though. I don't know what they're doing, but you know what? I trust them that they're doing good shit. All right, they're doing a lot of things, but do they not know Cryocanarium? Three mana. I can make him discard one of those two. I'd rather just get Cry. Cry, 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 cry. Everybody, cry, 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 of Carnarium. Ah! I still gotta kill that too. What are you gonna do? What's your play? Oh! Did I predict that or what? I'm so good at Magic. I'm so good. So you got calls, set it up, your insurance, like, oh, we take your insurance, but our insurance is outside of our thing, so it ends up being $70, even though they said they took your insurance. Fucking assholes, you know. Anyway, how are you guys doing? This is real life talk right now. This is real life tech. You know when you go to the dentist and they say they take your insurance, but then they only cover it by half? Real talk. Fuck the American healthcare system. I'm a rebel. Search rest cancel. We could win this. We can win. What? Choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. You know what? We're gonna trust that he has a bolus. We're just gonna take that. He has an e-bolus. We're just gonna rogue Shadow Mage. Hopefully it sticks. I mean, this is essentially 3 cards. Stick it! Stick the landing! Discard.
perish the thought.
Discard. Discard, discard. He's got no black right now. A Searcher as Kanta is totally gonna make him top deck like a god. But on the other hand, if we switch our deck around and we run Ashiok, then suddenly that card is shit. Bolus is good, right? But let's be extra greedy. Boom, that's you. Oh, you're running out of choices.
To waste.
Sup, perp? Wanna help me space out? Bro. Yeah, I'm all about spacing out. My life is spacing out. My washing machine, I just broke it like an hour ago or like 20 minutes ago, and I'm not even worrying about it because my girlfriend is over there stressing about it. And I'm sure we'll have to deal with it more later. She wants me watching Chernobyl, that HBO show, but here I am just being, oh my God. Choose 2 cards to leave in your opponent's graveyard, okay. You may have those back. Is that okay with you? We don't have the red mana for the Bolus. But we could Disinformation Campaign, draw a card. Let's do that. Let's make him discard both of his cards. We're run like 13 red sources. We should be able to get 1. This might have been a better, you know, -1, play this, do it. But I really wanted to draw a card, if I'm being honest. That's why. Oh, you know what? I need the red source. No! Okay, we were top deck 3 lands. This is a weird game of Pokemon, bruh. This is like Pokemon on crack. Now, Pokemon on crack would probably be much more traumatizing, not at all like this. But this is like Pokemon, but you could have more than 1 Pokemon at a time. Whoa. Hey, don't take my Daviel. Take my Bolus. Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. We'll play this. Why did I take that? Because I'm a fucking madman. I'd rather deal an extra 2 damage to him right now and make it so he can't hold any cards.
Easier on my skin.
He can't hold any cards, right?
Struggling? Good.
Maybe Bolus would have just been lethal next turn, though. Flex that shock land. Woo! How you like that? Assert dominance. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what this card is. This might be a negate. Or it might be a Sinister Sabotage. Whatever that fucking card is. I think it's Sinister Sabotage. Enter the God Eternals. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are we gonna do? Oh no! That's right. Discard!